The engine is still
What's for launch? GC? Go. Guidance? Go. Fido? Go. Prop? Go. GNC? Go. Max? Go. Eagle? Go. Ecom?
Go pending final steps. The cabin link check.
3, 2, 1.
Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us? Can you give us a sign?
Welcome to the Riff Nation Network, the RNN, putting a slide in your glide and a dip in your hip. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe. With shows throughout the week, you can find us at Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and more. Everything you could want, everything you can need right here, right now. From the paranormal to the supernatural. From comedy to the spiritual. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
It's showtime, folks!
Podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert.
Welcome to the Forgotten Library, where the books whisper, the shadows listen, and the stories refuse to stay quietly on the shelf. I'm your host, Christina Spencer. And each month, we explore one novel together. With 3 one-hour live episodes of immersive, read-aloud chapters. Followed by a live interview with the author who brought the story to life. So find your favorite comfy chair, a soft blanket, and a hot beverage. Light a candle if the darkness scares you. And settle in for story time. Welcome to this week's live episode of Horror, History, and Hauntings Library. Oh, I gotta change the background. Hold on, guys. Drop the ball. Well, hello, guys. Welcome again to the Horror, History, and Haunting YouTube channel and brought to you by the RNN Network. Tonight is an episode of the Horror, History, and Hauntings Library. Typically, I am your tour guide through the realms of the paranormal, the supernatural, and the just plain weird, but since it's late in the evening and a Friday night, we slide over to the haunted library. We sit in front of the fireplace. We get a warm beverage. In lieu of that, I've got an ice cold Pepsi because it has been a little warm in here today. And instead of my normal fuzzy blanket, I'm wearing my Salem sweatshirt, which is kind of my favorite cozy. Feel free to get yourself a hot beverage, blanket, whatever makes you cozy. Sit down, and what we do is we're going to sit down by the fire. We're going to read a book, and hopefully, my voice either relaxes you with a bit of spooky or even helps you fall asleep tonight. The book, the author spotlight of this month is, of course, Al Cooley, and we are reading Spencer's Ghost, the Guardian. So here's the book. Make sure. Up. Come on. You like me, I swear. Okay. I'm showing a picture of the cover. Make sure you check out the links below and purchase your own copy of Spencer's Ghosts. I know that Al Cooley is currently working on a sequel, so we're all excited to see that when that comes out. So before further ado, I should say, let's get into the story, shall we? Now, we left off at chapter 6. And the chapter, oh, I forgot. I found my readers. So let me switch over to my readers because that might help me quite a bit in doing these readings. It's like Mr. Rogers changing into a sweater at the end of the day. I gotta put my readers on so I can read the book for tonight. There we go. Now I really look like a grandma, right? Okay, chapter 6. Pierre. It's November. The cold, rain, and wind are normal this time of year in the Northwest Ohio. Today is an exception. It's beautiful with wall-to-wall sunshine. Plus, what makes today even better is it's Saturday. No school, and Mom gives us a day off from our weekly Saturday cleaning. Upon entering my bedroom, Mom says, "Lee, turn off your music and come downstairs for breakfast." Something is going on here. Why is Mom in such a good mood today? No cleaning, and she made her favorite breakfast, pancakes and eggs. On top of all this, I'm not grounded? That's a rarity. Mom asked, "Lee, would you like another pancake?" Okay, this is getting really weird now. Sure, Mom, I replied, while looking at her with a puzzled look. Mom says, "After breakfast, I'll clean up the dishes. Lee and Cheryl, please pack up the beach ball, a frisbee, and anything else you would like to take to the beach. We're going on a picnic today as soon as Tommy gets home." Cheryl speaks up. "Okay, Mom, what's up? This isn't you. No Saturday cleaning? You're making our favorite breakfast and we're going on a picnic?" "You are correct, Cheryl. Something is up, and you're about to find out really soon." As these words are leaving Mom's lips, Tommy walks in through the back door. "I'm glad you're home. We are ready to leave whenever you are," Mom says as she gives Tommy a wink. "This is driving me crazy. What is going on here?" Tommy says, "I'm ready, Shelly. I'll get the grill and the charcoal out of the garage. Mosquito Lake is packed today." Everyone must have had the same idea because of the Indian summer. It doesn't matter because Tommy finds us a perfect spot. After stuffing ourselves with hamburgers and hot dogs, we are too full to play frisbee. Tommy gets up and says, "I'll be right back." I start to follow Tommy, but Mom says, "Lee, sit down, please. This is a surprise." It seems like it's taking Tommy forever to return. Mom is getting a little worried. I see her looking at her watch repeatedly. While we're waiting, Mom surprises us with a German chocolate cake. I don't know what the surprise is, but it has to be awesome to be cake. A Saturday off cleaning, pancakes, and a picnic? We are enjoying this cake so much we didn't see Tommy walk up behind us holding a leash. Blaine is the first to shout, "We have a puppy! Mommy and Daddy! I love him! Thank you!" I jokingly say, It looks like Blaine got a new dog." Mom replies, "No, Lee. Pierre is for the whole family." Pierre? So I take it the puppy is a boy, and he's French by the sound of his name. Yes, Lee, he is a French poodle. The previous owner already named him and trained him. So if it's okay with the three of you kids, we will keep the name. Cheryl says, "It looks like he has a gray beard on that cute little black face. Hi, Pierre. Cheryl loves you. Mom explains. Tommy and I are overjoyed the three of you welcomed Tommy into our family with open arms. You're doing great in school and adjusting yet again to another move. In our appreciation, we decided to buy you a puppy. I'm glad you like him. Cheryl answers, we don't just like him, we love him. I repeat after Cheryl, I second that, Mom. We love him, thank you. We all know Blaine loves him because he hasn't let go of him. We arrived home with full bellies and a puppy barking in Blaine's arms. I don't believe this little boy is ever going to let him go. This is Blaine's first dog. Cheryl and I have had a dog before Blaine was born. Brownie loved to chase cars, and as much as we tried to hold him back, he would break loose and run after them. Brownie gets hit by a car. I remember carrying Brownie's limp body back to the house, crying all the way. I remember so clearly the crying young girl driving the car that hit him. So I let Blaine enjoy this happy moment with Pierre. I'm a little jealous because he's hogging Pierre, but he's only 4, so I understand. Oh, I forgot Bob. I'm sorry, Bob. Nobody wants to see just my big face the whole time, huh? Let's get Bob on stage. Come on, Bob. Oh, we got to switch me. Oh, there we go. Much better. Or maybe we'll do it this way. How did I do it this way? Yeah, that's much better. Okay. So we got Bob. Sorry about that. Let me figure out. Okay. I asked myself this question. How will Alice react to Pierre? Will Pierre notice Alice? That is the answer. That is answered right away as Blaine sets Pierre down on the floor in the living room. Pierre runs straight to the coat rack located next to the front door. He sits and stares at the coat rack. Mom thinks he's got to go outside. Lee, please take your dog out to pee. I take Pierre out. He pees very little and we come back in. As soon as I remove the leash, Pierre sits and stares at the same spot all over again. Blaine can't help it. He runs over, picks up Pierre, and sits on the couch with him. I whispered to Cheryl, I need to talk to you for a minute. About what? I don't like the way Pierre is sitting like a statue, staring at that coat rack. That is freaking me out. What if he sees Alice? You know dogs can sense things humans can't. Don't even go there, Lee. He's only a puppy. And for God's sake, please don't say anything about this to Mom and Tommy. And especially Blaine, Cheryl shouts. I'll keep quiet for now, but something is going on here. I don't have a good feeling about Pierre living in the house with us. I don't think it's safe for him here. Cheryl brushes me off. She goes outside to be with her friends. I retreat to my room to play my guitar. Blaine walks in holding Pierre. Blaine asks, Lee, can you watch Pierre while I go to the bathroom? Yes, sit him down. Pierre is acting strange. He walks over and stares into my bedroom closet. He begins to shake with a soft growl. I pick him up and he settles down. As soon as I lower him back onto the floor, he runs to the same spot and growls into my closet once more. One thing I know for sure is Pierre senses something is by the coat rack and something is in my closet. Blaine comes back into our room, picks up Pierre, and goes downstairs with him. I can't find my guitar picks. I remember that I have one in my sweater down in the basement. As I'm walking through the living room, I notice Pierre is following me. I pick him up to take him down into the basement with me. Pierre goes spastic. He starts barking wildly. Lowering him back down, I say, I'll be right back. Settle down, little buddy. I run down to the basement steps, grab my sweater with my guitar picks, and run back up the stairs as fast as I can. Even with Mom and Tommy home, the basement freaks me out. Cheryl enters my room and says, What's up, bro? Do you remember my concern about Pierre in the house? Yeah, so what? When I go down into the basement holding Pierre, he starts barking viciously. That's the first time I've seen him act like that. As soon as I put him down, he backs away from the basement steps, barking and growling the entire time I'm down there. He doesn't stop barking until I come back up and close the basement door. Cheryl, Pierre doesn't like the basement, my closet, or the coat rack. Cheryl says, as I said, don't tell Mom or Tommy any of this. Cheryl goes downstairs, suggesting I'm overreacting. I'm laying on my bed, listening to my transistor radio. I hear Pierre barking madly again. What is he barking at this time? A few minutes later, Cheryl burst into my room shouting, Lee, you're correct. I had to see it for myself. I'm walking toward the basement steps holding Pierre. Pierre goes spastic as I walk down to the basement steps with him. The little bitch bit me. Weird, huh? I'm sure Lee. I'm sorry, Lee, for not believing you. Seeing is believing. One terrible trait Cheryl, Blaine, and I share with our mother is that you have to prove everything to us. That explains why Mom doesn't believe us about Alice. It hasn't happened to her. Plus, it doesn't help that our mother doesn't believe in ghosts, spirits, UFOs, or anything like that. I can tell that Cheryl's extremely upset. She shows me the little bite mark Pierre put on her arm. I irritated Cheryl by saying, I'll tell you the same thing that you tell me. Don't say anything to Mom and Tommy. Cheryl laughed and says, Lee, you're such a smartass. Wow, 2 curse words in one day. Uh, Cheryl has herself a little potty mouth. For the next month, everything's the same. Pierre stares at the coat rack, my bedroom closet, and will not go anywhere near the basement. He is petrified of whatever's down there. Today's a downer day. It's the day after Christmas. I hear a shriek coming from our living room. Halfway down the stairs, I stop and I peek through the railing. I witness Tommy bend down to pick up Pierre. Pierre is in a sitting position by the coat rack. It looks like rigor mortis has set in. Pierre is dead. That's the end of chapter 6. Okay, chapter 7, House Guest. Happy New Year! Welcome 1969. We all shout as the clock strikes 12. Mom's hugging Cheryl, Tommy's hugging me, and Blaine is lying on the sofa crying. Pierre is Blaine's first dog. It's been only a few days since Pierre mysteriously died. I remember that day as if it was yesterday. Tommy claims he died from a heart attack. No way. He's only a puppy. Something in this house killed him. Tommy doesn't see me hiding as he carries Pierre's stiff body outside and buries him behind the garage. That is 5 days ago, and we're still taking his death pretty hard. Blaine is taking it the hardest. The pain of Pierre's death is still fresh in our minds. Mom kneels next to Blaine. She lifts his chin until their eyes meet. Mom asks Blaine, Guess what? What? In unison, Tommy grabs Blaine's right hand. Mom grabs the left. Cheryl and I each grab a foot. Blaine is screaming, Put me down! Put me down! As we start swinging him back and forth. Mom says, Not until you stop crying. We tickle Blaine with each swing. His cries turn into full belly laughs. We lower Blaine to his feet and engulf him with a group hug. Mom asks Blaine, Now don't you feel better? Yes, Mommy, I do. We are celebrating the new year when the doorbell rings. This is a complete shock to everyone. Who goes to someone's house after midnight uninvited? We don't own a gun, but we do have a baseball bat we keep behind the door for protection. Tommy grabs the bat as he opens the front door. For the longest time, Tommy is talking to a mysterious voice behind the door. I don't know who it is, but I can tell it's a man's voice. Tommy motions for Mom to join in on the conversation. Somehow Blaine wiggles his way between Tommy and Mom. After 10 minutes of standing at the front door, Tommy, Mom, and Blaine back up and open the door to let the stranger in. Cheryl whispers to me, He looks like Tommy. Tommy says, Kids, this is my brother Nicky. Nicky has this ear-to-ear grin that makes you like him right away. Tommy says Nicky will be staying with us for a few days until he finds an apartment. He will be sleeping on the sofa for the time being. Addressing the three of us kids, Nicky says, Yo, Rugrats, don't be alarmed if you wake up and find me sleeping in the bathtub. I can sleep almost any place my ass finds a spot. Cheryl, Blaine, and I think Nicky is funny. Mom and Tommy aren't laughing. Tommy says to Nicky, You're welcome to stay here, but please watch your language around the kids. Sure thing, Tommy, Nicky responds while smiling at me. Nicky and I are going to get along great. Nicky kept us up all night with his wild and crazy stories. I'm having breakfast when Trisha stops by to visit. She hasn't been around the last couple of weeks because the Christmas holidays have kept her busy. Trisha is very active in her church's youth group, a group I'm reluctant to join. As soon as Trisha walks in, Nicky says, Well, hello, pretty lady. I'm crunching my cereal so loud that I can't hear the rest of what Nicky is saying. Whatever it is, Trisha doesn't think it's very funny. She turns around and walks back outside. I take it your girlfriend doesn't like me, Nicky says laughingly. It looks that way. I'll go out and I'll talk to her. I catch up with Trisha walking down the driveway. Well, that was rude. Nicky's part of the family, and he's in a tough spot at the moment. I'm sorry if I embarrassed you, but I can't stand by and let someone take God's name in vain. I just won't. What? Yes, Lee. He took the Lord's name in vain and also used the F word in front of me. What did he say? I'm not going to repeat it, Lee. The bottom line is, if you want to see me, you're going to have to come over to my house or meet me at the park. One thing's for sure, I won't be coming over here as long as he's here. I think he's vulgar. I can't control what comes out of his mouth, Trisha. Mom and Tommy already warned him a few times about his language. He is who he is. Trisha responds, I understand that. I'm sorry if this upsets you, but I have to stick to my beliefs and moral values. Trisha kisses me on the cheek and walks home. I didn't mean to make your girlfriend mad, Nicky says as I walk back into the house. What did I say to offend her? She's a Christian, Nicky. She doesn't like the Lord's name taken in vain. Bring her back, Lee. I will educate her on a few more words, Nicky says jokingly as he walks outside for smoke. It's at this moment I know there's no changing Nicky. I call Joseph and give him a complete update about Trisha's visit. Expressing his opinion, Joseph says, I give Trisha a lot of credit for standing her ground. I haven't met Nicky yet, but I don't see Trisha coming back until he's gone. All of a sudden, I hear a loud thud come from the front porch. Man, I have to call you back. Okay, Lee, let me know what's happening. I run downstairs to the front porch. Nicky is laying on his back in the snow. At first, I think he might have slipped and fallen on the ice, but there's no ice on the steps. What happened, Nicky? I asked. An invisible sumbitch throws me out the front porch into your yard. By the time all the neighborhood out here on the front porch trying to see what the ruckus is all about. What are you not telling me, Lee? What's going on in this house? I want to tell Nicky everything. But I say nothing. January, February, and March roll by. It's now April. Nicky is still staying with us. His 3-day stay turns into 3 months. Nicky is in the kitchen making a sandwich. A butcher knife flies off the countertop and sticks to the kitchen floor by his foot. I don't know if it's Alice, but whoever it is, they don't like Nicky. Nicky shouts, What are you not telling me, Lee? I am asking you again. Now I want an answer. I'll ask you one more time what is going on in this house. I can tell that Nicky means business. There's no squirming out of this one. I start with, I no longer say anything about the haunts going on in this house to Mom and Tommy. Number one, I'm either called a liar, or number two, I'm grounded. Nicky responds, From the first day, I knew something weird is going on in this house. I didn't say anything for fear my brother would kick me out. I'm already walking on thin ice with Tommy and your mother. You know these little porcelain angels your mom has in her bathroom? I nodded my head yes. They freak me out, man. I turn them around so they're not facing me while I'm doing my business, you know? One day, when I'm washing my hands, they turn back around on their own and they're looking at me. I throw the little bitches in the sink and their heads break off. I say to myself, Shelly is going to kill me. That is when I'm thrown out of the bathroom. I hit the bathroom door so hard it breaks the door off its hinges. I get up, look into the bathroom. The headless angels are back on the shelf. I repaired the door before your mother and Tommy came home. I wish you would have told me that this house was haunted. I told you before, Mom and Tommy think my stories are ridiculous. Your story is 10 times worse than mine. They're not going to believe you. I know my mother. She will blame me for your stories. Let's keep this between you and me if you want to keep staying with us. 2 nights later, Nicky is washing his clothes when some unknown force grabs him by the back of his neck and plows his face into the brick wall in the basement. This bloodies Nicky's nose, and now he's ready to fight. Nicky grabs a hammer from Tommy's tool room and starts wailing at everything within reach. He breaks the antique clock on the wall, Mom's special china she stores in a box on the shelf, and numerous other collectibles. Tommy and I go into the basement after hearing Nicky's outburst. I learn every vulgar word known to man. Nicky proceeds to tell Tommy a ghost plowed his face into the brick wall for no reason. This invisible bitch is trying to kill me, says Nicky. You gotta believe me, Tommy. Tommy looks at Nicky as if he's lost his mind. I can tell Tommy doesn't want to say what about to come out of his mouth. I'm asking you to leave by this weekend. My heart is in my throat. I feel so bad for Nicky as blood trickles down his face. I think that he was waiting for me to back him up, and yet I said nothing. I feel like I've turned my back on him as Tommy and I walk back up the stairs. Mom asked Tommy, what is going on? Don't ask, Shelley. Don't ask. Nicky thanks Mom and Tommy for their hospitality. He also tells them that he believes this house is extremely haunted and that we should move out before someone gets seriously hurt or killed. I'm proud of Nicky for speaking up. Later that evening, as I'm walking to the living room, I hear my name mentioned. I stop dead in my tracks outside the doorway to listen in on their conversation. Mom asked Tommy, do you think your brother has a drinking problem? I mean, really, is the house haunted? Ghosts? I believe Lee is talking nonsense again, and Nicky, who is probably drunk, believes Lee's ridiculous stories. Yes, I believe Nicky is drinking again. I feel terrible telling him he has to leave because he's my brother. Family's supposed to take care of their own. Tommy, we were more than generous with your brother. To claim a ghost plowed his face into a brick wall? Really? It's time for him to go. You're right, Shelley. I know that. I wish it ended differently. Mom says, let's pray he turns his life around. Do you think I should say anything to Lee about those ridiculous stories Nicky told us? No, Shelley. If we accuse Lee of filling my brother's head with lies, it will only make matters worse. He will think it's all his fault that we kicked Nicky out. I'm being blamed for Nicky's ghost stories. Great. That ends chapter 7. I'll make sure everything's going okay. Looks like it. Very good, very good. Let me get a sip. That's what I need. I got a dry mouth. That's the only thing with reading. Get a little dry mouth here and there. Okay, let's jump into chapter 8. The envelope. Class, please put your test papers on my desk as you leave. Make sure your John Hancock is on your test. Mr. Carter says as the school bell rings. Lee, please stick around after class. I'd like to talk to you for a few minutes. Do you take the bus? No, sir. I should be walking home with my friends right now. Instead, I'm stuck here talking to Mr. Carter, and I have no idea why. Mr. Carter is my seventh grade math teacher at West Junior High School in Warren. This leads me to my next question. I wonder what Mr. Carter wants to talk to me about. I don't want to brag, but I'm pretty good at math, so this meeting shouldn't be about that. Mr. Carter doesn't say a word. He is checking the test papers, making sure that all the students put their names on their exams. I clear my throat to throw him a hint that I'm waiting. I'll be with you in 1 minute, Lee, Mr. Carter says as he gives me a glance over his glasses. He asks me to take a seat as he neatly places the exam papers in his briefcase. After what seemed like an eternity, Mr. Carter removes his glasses and says, I hear you're in a rock band. Is that correct? Yes, sir. It's a three-piece band. We haven't been together very long, and we only know 3 or 4 songs. I'm instantly confused. Why would he be asking me to stay over after class to talk about my band? Mr. Carter adds, along with being a math teacher, I'm also the event coordinator here at the school. Before we shut down at the end of the school year, our event committee is planning a sock hop with a DJ. Wouldn't it be a great idea to have live entertainment along with the DJ? Your band would fit in perfectly with what I'm trying to do. Is this something you'd be interested in doing? Yes. Yes, absolutely. I hop. I hope I wasn't too over the top, but this is our first gig, our big break. To play my junior high school sock hop in front of hundreds of classmates and friends would be out of sight, man. Mr. Carter asked, by the way, what's the name of your band? Commotion. Commotion is the name of my group. Awesome, Mr. Carter says. I'll make sure Commotion is added to all the flyers into the public address system next week. I think the students will be excited that both a rock band and a DJ will be our entertainment at the sock hop. I can't wait to hear you guys play. It's going to be a blast. As I'm walking down the front steps of the school, I notice Cheryl, Joseph, Alex, and Trisha are nowhere in sight. They must have gotten tired of waiting on me. Then it hit me. Our first gig. Our band's name, Commotion, will be heard throughout the entire school. I can't wait to tell the gang. We usually have practice for a couple hours on the weekends. I suggest we have a couple of long rehearsals to be spot on. We only have 2 weeks to get it right. Alex is now our new bass player. Woody had to quit the band because he lives out of town and can't make rehearsals. Joseph takes Woody's spot on the drums. Joseph has the perfect place for our band to rehearse. Neither of Joseph's parents drive, so their garage is empty. We recruit Cheryl and Trisha to help us paint the interior and make this Commotion's official rehearsal space. We have quite the following at each practice. The Warren City Police seems to be at every one of our rehearsals as well. Each time is because of a noise complaint. After 2 weeks, we're ready to rock. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome to the stage for the very first time, Commotion! The band is overwhelmed by the crowd's response. We are on cloud 9. After the introduction from the DJ, we open with I'm Not Your Stepping Stone by the Monkees. We follow that with 2 other numbers and hand the show back over to the DJ. Our first gig is a total success. We are loading our equipment into Alex's parents' van when Mr. Carter runs up and shouts, Thank you, boys, for playing the sock hop. You guys were great. We thank Mr. Carter for giving us our first gig. Mr. Carter says, You're welcome. Oh, I almost forgot. He reaches inside his jacket and pulls out an envelope. This is handed to me from Judy Perkins to give to you, Lee. I'm so mesmerized by the envelope, I didn't see Mr. Carter walk off. I noticed that the envelope is sealed. I turn it over to see who it's from. The front of the envelope reads, To Lee Spencer. From Alice. Joseph yells, Holy cow, Lee, don't open it. Alex says, I agree with Joseph. Whatever you do, don't open it. I don't have a good feeling about this. I asked, the main question is, how does Judy know about Alice? Alex responds, this whole thing smells fishy to me. Joseph and Alex are both waiting to see what I'm going to do. The problem is, I'm not quite sure what to do with the mysterious envelope myself. I decide I'll open it later. I slid the envelope inside the torn lining of my guitar case. Hold on, I feel like you're in space there. There we go. I'm moving the camera. It's been 4 days since the sock hop. Today is the last day of school. Judy Perkins surprises me at my locker. She isn't in any of my classes, but everyone knows Judy Perkins as Miss Gossip Queen. Whenever there's gossip, 99% of the time, Judy Perkins is involved. Hello, Lee. Have you read your letter from Alice yet? I can feel my anger gauge go from 0 to 100. What the hell, Judy? Is that letter from you? Mr. Carter says you handed him the envelope to give to me. How the hell do you know about Alice? Now, just wait a doggone minute, mister. Don't accuse me of something I didn't do. You should be thanking me instead of throwing false accusations. I shout, you have some serious explaining to do. The outside of the envelope is from Alice, not from you. What's going on here? Judy says, let's go back to last Friday at the sock hop. The envelope you're referring to falls out of your case and lands in front of the stage. You don't notice it lying there. I pick it up and try to hand it to you, but you don't see me because you're in a hurry to pack your stuff up. So I hand it off to the DJ to give to you. The DJ glances at it and throws it in the trash. I pick the envelope out of the trash and hand it to Mr. Carter. I tell Mr. Carter, you guys are about to leave. I follow Mr. Carter outside and watch him give it to you. I'm smiling from ear to ear because I did a good deed. I'm not the one who saves it from going. I'm the one who saved it from going to the landfill, Mr. Ungrateful. No, I'm not setting you up. That's the truth. Is there anything you want to tell me, like who's Alice? I can tell by the way you snapped at me that you're hiding something. You're right, I'm hiding something from you. Alice is a personal matter that I can't discuss, and I'd like to keep it that way. Judy replies, well, keep it that way for now. We'll keep it that way for now. Knowing Judy, this is far from over. On our walk home, I tell the gang about my run-in with Judy Perkins. Joseph says if Judy didn't write it, my question is who did? And how does it find its way into your guitar case in the first place? Alex adds, I stand by my previous remark. Don't open it. Cheryl asked, have you opened the envelope yet? No, I reply. Cheryl repeats, Lee, have you opened the envelope? What part of no don't you understand, Cheryl? It's still in my guitar case underneath the torn lining. I'm telling you this in case something happens to me. Trisha says, nothing's going to happen to you, Lee. Don't even put that out there in the universe. I agree with Alex. Don't open it. Better yet, burn it. I warned Trisha. I don't think we've heard the last from Judy Perkins. Yes, she supposedly did a good deed. But for some unknown reason, I don't trust her. I wouldn't put it past her to pull a stunt like this just to get you in her crosshairs, Trisha. She's probably thinking I'm cheating on you with Alice. She can cause drama from that alone. Great. That's what I want her to think, Trisha says. Why is that great? Think about it, Lee. If she thinks you're cheating on me with Alice, then she doesn't know who Alice is. We need to keep it that way, especially with Judy Perkins. Alex says, either way, we don't have to deal with Judy until next school year. Summer vacation, baby. Joseph yells, last one to the stop sign is a rotten egg. Everyone takes off running to the stop sign except me. I'm wondering if Alice is the one who put the envelope in my guitar case. Should I be concerned with Judy Perkins? Should I open the envelope or should I just burn it? Right now, my main concern is to have fun on my summer break. I take off running to join my friends at the stop sign. All right, that ends chapter 8. I need to put my bookmark in so I don't lose my page while I take a sip. I do appreciate everybody who has tuned in to listen tonight. Pepsi. All right, let's go back into chapter 9, Nurse Jane. I asked Cheryl, where is everybody? Mom and Tommy are grocery shopping, and Blaine is playing Wart in his room. That boy has one heck of an imagination. Why do you say that? Because he can change his voice into a person he is talking to. It's kind of scary, Lee. He can make his voice sound like a little girl. I go upstairs and stand outside our room. I hear Blaine playing with his soldiers. I hear only Blaine's voice. I have no idea why I'm so paranoid. Maybe it's because of the recent encounters that's been going on in the house, especially the ones with Nikki. I don't care who is in the house, but they better leave Blaine alone. He's just a little boy. I don't take anything for granted anymore. Nothing happens by coincidence. I walk into our room as Blaine. I walk into our room and ask Blaine, so who's winning the war? My troops are, Lee. I've lost quite a few dozen good men. But we are strong. I need my men to stay focused and stay on course. If we can do that, we can win this war. The outcome falls on me because I am the commander. I'm waiting for Nurse Jane to arrive. She is 2 clicks out. I ask, what are 2 clicks? Soldier, 2 clicks is a little over 1.2 miles. Nurse Jane will be here soon. Wow, he's only 5 years old and knows more military terms than I do. I look at the toy soldiers that are face down. I take it that these are the soldiers that didn't make it. I'm not about to ask Blaine about it and get a 5-minute lecture, so I quietly back out of the door and let him continue. I say to Cheryl, you're right, that boy has one hell of an imagination. Do you know what 2 clicks are? Cheryl clicks her fingers twice. No, in military terms, 2 clicks are 1.2 miles. So Sergeant Blaine tells you that and you believe him? Lee, you're so gullible. Did you hear Nurse Jane's voice? No, I did not. Blaine says he's waiting for her to return. That's when he tells me Nurse Jane is 2 clicks out. If I were you, I'd go back upstairs and listen to Nurse Jane's voice. It's unbelievable. Again, I listen outside our room. Cheryl's correct. Nurse Jane is talking. One thing I'm 100% sure of is it's not Blaine's voice. This is someone else. I move in closer to hear a little better. Nurse Jane says, Sergeant Blaine, you fought one fierce battle, and I'm proud of you. Death is not easy. Believe me, I should know. Because of your courage and leadership, you alone are responsible for saving over 100 lives. As I walk into our room, Nurse Jane's voice turns into Blaine speaking. Too late, I busted Alice. I say to Blaine, I need you to go downstairs. Cheryl has to talk to you about something. Blaine usually plays outside from sunup to sundown. Now he spends his days playing by himself. I look around, searching for any signs of Alice. I speak in a loud, firm voice. Listen up, Alice. I know you're Nurse Jane. I've taken a lot of heat because of you. I can live with that. But one thing I will not tolerate is your connection with Blaine. Blaine is off limits. Period. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. Leave Blaine alone. With that, I slam the door, walk downstairs, and see Cheryl staring at me. Cheryl says, I heard every word you said. So Nurse Jane is Alice? Wow. I would never have guessed that. Your speech is working. Blaine is outside riding his bike. Good job, Lee. I'm happy it worked out, but I'm sad I had to talk to Alice that way because it is in Blaine's best interest. I know Alice is a little girl who is dead. I wish I knew her story. She is stuck in the realm of a ghost. I don't like using the word ghost, but that's exactly what she is. Later that evening, lying in bed, I asked Blaine, have you talked to Nurse Jane since you were playing outside today? Yes, while you were brushing your teeth a few minutes ago. What? I'm sorry, Blaine. I should have yelled at you. I shouldn't have yelled at you like that. What did Nurse Jane say to you? Nurse Jane told me I am a great leader. She also said that she will always be my friend, but she can't play with me anymore. She's a great nurse, Lee. I'm going to miss her. How do you know she's a nurse? She fixes my injured soldier, Lee. I will miss her. Just like that, Blaine is out. Blaine can fall asleep faster than anyone I know. I whisper, I'm sorry, Alice. I hope you understand. I'm waiting for a response, but the only thing I hear is the sound of Blaine snoring. Okay, that ends chapter 9. I'm going to try to get through at least one more chapter. So we're going to go ahead and jump into chapter 10, The Sleepover. I'm surprised, to say the least. Summer break so far is uneventful, especially at home. Since Nikki's been gone, there have been no signs of Alice or strange noises in the house. Trisha, Joseph, and Alex are on vacation with their families. The band is put on hold till Alex and Joseph get back. My summer vacation consists of listening to my records, playing my guitar, and sitting on my front porch. My mother peeks her head out and says, Lee, your friend Woody is on the phone. Mom must know I'm bored because she says, why don't you ask him to spend the night? Shale's spending the night at a friend's house, and Blaine is spending the night at Grandma Pearl's. Tommy and I are going out dancing with friends. I'd hate to see you home alone. I follow Mom into the house. Hello, Woody. It's been a couple of weeks since I heard from you. I've called you, but you never returned any of my calls. That's not like you. What's up? I'm sorry, Lee, that I didn't call you back. My parents are getting a divorce. It's been hectic around here since Dad moved out. Do you think it would be all right if I spent the night? My mother will drop me off in about an hour if that's okay. Awesome. I'm bored out of my mind. What do you ask? Anything scary happening over there? I mean, is everything cool with Alice? Yeah, everything's cool here. Nothing has happened since Nikki's been gone. Well, there was an incident with an envelope, but I'll explain everything when you get here. See you soon. I hang up with Woody and say to my mother, Woody is spending the night tonight. His mother is dropping him off in an hour. Is that all right with you? He is depressed because his mom and dad are getting a divorce. Yes, that's fine. I know about the divorce. I work with Woody's mom. His mother thought it would be a good idea to get Woody out of the house for a bit. You know, get his mind off the divorce. I'll leave you some money for pizza and soda. Tommy and I shouldn't be out too late. Woody calls back to tell me that they're running a little behind. His mother had a flat tire. 2 hours later, finally, they are here. Woody's mother kisses him goodbye and tells him to have a good time. Glad you made it, Woody. Guess what's on tonight? Woody asked. What? The Werewolf, your favorite movie. That's awesome, Lee. Hey, listen, I know that I already asked you about Alice, but should I be concerned? I don't think so. Since Nikki moved out, there have been a few minor issues. Woody says, when you say minor issues, is this going to be a problem? As long as we've been friends, I've never spent the night in this house. I reply, Joseph spent a few nights here and has never had an issue. The same thing goes for Trisha. They never hear or see anything. It makes Cheryl and I look like liars. Woody asks, by the way, where's Cheryl? Cheryl's spending the night with one of her girlfriends. Look, money for pizza from my mom. It's just you and me, so it looks like it's all ours. Woody says, and I know exactly where you're ordering it from. We both crack up. 30 minutes later, we're walking to Duffy's Pizzeria. Woody and I are sitting on the front porch, killing a little time before the movie starts. I tell Woody about the complete incident with Judy Perkins, the envelope, and the band's first gig. Woody asks, so who do you think put the envelope in your guitar case? My bet's on Judy. No, I don't think so. You didn't see her face when I accused her. My guess is she thinks I'm cheating on Trisha with Alice. I keep beating myself up over this. It can't only be Alice. It can only be Alice. Woody says, a dead girl personally addressing an envelope to you is wild. Have you opened it? Not yet. Alex tells me not to. Trisha tells me to burn it. I don't know what to do. What do you suggest, Woody? I agree with Trisha. It's better not to know what's inside. It will look like you never received it. So, yeah, I would burn it. That's my opinion. I don't like Judy Perkins, and I don't even know her. I'm telling you, Lee, I don't trust that girl. She's coming off like she's your guardian angel. Come on, give me a break. Halfway through the werewolf, I hear voices on the front porch, along with the sound of 2 or 3 people running back and forth. Woody and I walk out on the porch to see what the ruckus is all about. There's no one out there. As soon as we sit back down, we hear the commotion all over again. We investigate once more. Again, not a single person, a dog, or anything is out there. Quite the eerie feeling. Woody says it's probably some young kids playing a prank on us. I think to myself, I hope so. As soon as we sit down for the third time, the back screen door opens. Since our sofa sits in the middle of the living room, our backs are facing the back door. At the same time, we both turn around to see who it is. The sound of footsteps approach us from behind, but there's nobody there. An ice cold breeze shoots straight through us. The footsteps exit the same way they came in, through the kitchen and out the back door. The screen door and the back door slam shut. Woody immediately calls his mother. Mom, I need you to pick me up right now, Woody shouts. I know it's midnight. I need to get out of here. I'm trying to talk to Woody into staying. That's not going to happen. Woody has his mind made up. He is out of here. We sit on the front porch waiting on Woody's mother. I feel bad because she has to drive 20 minutes to get here. Mom and Tommy come home half an hour later after Woody leaves. Mom asks, Where's Woody? Isn't he spending the night? I reply, It's embarrassing that I can't have friends spend the night when weird stuff happens. What are you talking about? I tell my mom everything that happened. Mom once again blames me for overhyping a situation that shouldn't have got out of control. She will look like a fool at work once Woody's mother tells all her co-workers that our house is haunted. I blew up. For once in my life, can't you believe me? You don't believe Cheryl, Nikki, or Woody either. It's always my fault. What the hell, Mom? Tommy says, That's enough, Lee. Don't talk to your mother that way. Go to your room before you dig yourself a hole that you can't get out of. I go to my room, but I can hear every word they're saying downstairs. Mom says to Tommy, I don't know what to do with him. Lee is getting worse with his lies. First, he drags his sister Cheryl into the mess. Then along the way, he convinces your brother Nicky. There are ghosts in the house. Now Woody believes his nonsense. Honestly, I don't know what to do with him. Shelley, I know it's frustrating. I am sure Lee will grow out of this. The sad part is that he believes what he's saying. Once Lee realizes he has zero proof, he will drop all these wild stories. I just hope he doesn't lose his friends along the way. Sooner or later, Lee will see for himself how crazy all of this sounds. Mom decides to take Tommy's advice and not pursue taking this any further. Don't flame the exaggerations. It's a good thing Mom doesn't know about Nurse Jane. I would also be blamed for corrupting Blaine's little mind. It's like I can't win for losing. Nikki, my fault. Cheryl, my fault. Woody, my fault. I thank God Mom doesn't know about the envelope. At least, not yet. 3 days later, Mom comes home from work glaring at me. The tension between my mother and me has been thick since Woody's visit and my outburst. I ask, Why the hard look, Mom? Today in the cafeteria, Helen says to me, I think it would be a good idea, Shelley, that you get your house blessed. You don't want things to get out of control. I told her in a stern but polite tone nothing was going on. Here's the problem, Lee. She says that in front of my coworkers. Do you know how embarrassing that is for me? All of this because of your silliness. Now you have a grown woman believing your nonsense. Mom, who the heck is Helen? Helen Woodward, Woody's mother. What I know so far is Alice or some other spirit in this house does not like Nikki. Woody isn't violently attacked like Nikki was. I can understand not liking Nikki because he can be crude at times. I don't understand not liking Woody. He's a gentle giant. I remember what Joseph said. Maybe Alice picks and chooses who she haunts. I don't see Alice being cruel or harming anyone. Woody and Trisha are both Christians. Trisha has never witnessed any activity at the house, and Woody has. Woody will never be back. I'm confused by all of this. It is not my intention to embarrass my mother or scare Woody out of his mind, but it never fails. I'm the bad guy here. I wish I had someone to talk to with similar experiences. And that finishes chapter 10. Let's see how long chapter 11 is. Maybe we'll screw. Yeah, 11's kind of small, so we might go ahead and squeeze in chapter 11. We do have a message here. Let me pop that on the screen. Your readings are taking me back and reliving those memories. You're doing great, Christina. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Al. He's the author of this book. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. We're going to try to squeeze in. We have a little bit of time. Let's do chapter 11 real quick. Crippled van. I'm bored. Every day starts the same way. I get up, have breakfast, play my guitar, and sit on the front porch while all my friends are on vacation having fun with their families. The end of the summer is approaching fast, and I've done nothing exciting. No phone rings. Or the phone rings. It's my Uncle George. Hello, Lee. Have you heard about Woodstock? Who hasn't? That's going to be like the best outdoor concert ever. Would you like to go? Sure, far out. I'll have to ask my mom, though. No, Lee. I'll take care of it. I'll ask her because I know how to play my sister. You are leaving the day after tomorrow. Bring your sleeping bag and a bit of cash for food. If you want to, you can throw in some money for gas. You said we. Who are we? Uncle George says, just you and me and my girlfriend. Girlfriend? Uncle George says laughingly, yes, I don't know her name. I think to myself, how do you not know your girlfriend's name? On the way to Woodstock, Uncle George is getting under my skin by making fun of Alice. I asked him to quit quite a few times, but he keeps on with his own insults. He knows he's making me mad, but he doesn't care. Did he bring me along just to show off in front of his girlfriend, Rhonda? She is pretty, but not very smart. Every time I ask her a simple question, she tells me she doesn't know how to answer that. I'm like, for real? My uncle found himself a real doozy of a girlfriend. Rhonda is laughing hysterically at each insult Uncle George throws at Alice. I warned him that this isn't a good idea to do that. Uncle George is laughing so hard, he's having a tough time keeping the van on the road. Rhonda puts her 2 cents in. George, I think you better stop before Alice, the friendly ghost, blows out your tires. On cue, all 4 tires blow. Their laughter subsides as we roll to a complete stop. I can't help myself. I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so. If looks could kill, I'd be dead. My uncle walked down the road to get help. Awkwardly, I sit in silence with a girl I hardly know. Rhonda knows this is all her and my uncle's fault. The horrified look on Uncle George's face when the tires blew is priceless. Now he knows that Alice isn't one to be messed with. I should have known this trip was going to end in disaster. Uncle George hitches a ride back. He informs us that help is on the way. The 3 of us sit in silence next to our crippled van on the side of the road. I see a cloud of dust approaching fast. From a distance, it looks like the tank. Are you kidding me, Tommy? Of all the people Uncle George could have called, and he calls Tommy for help. The first words out of Tommy's mouth are, Lee, who in the world permitted you to go to Woodstock? Uncle George told me that he cleared up with Mom. Uncle George chirps in. Uncle George chirps in. I should have known I'd forget to do something, Lee. My bad. I shout, my bad? What the Tommy stops me before I can finish. It's all right, Lee. I'll take care of it. Another one of Uncle George's lies. How can I be so gullible? Uncle George's van is on a flatbed truck following us back to Ohio. My trip to Woodstock ends in a disaster, just like everything else this past summer. And that ends chapter 11. So the next chapter is called School Newsletter. And I think we're getting into some really fun chapters for the third live reading. So I'm kind of excited about that. But I hope you enjoyed tonight's reading. And like I said, if you enjoy the book and you want to finish it in your own time, the links are going to be in the description below. It's by Al Cooley. It's called Spencer's Ghost, The Guardian. And I just want to take a moment. Thank you for watching. Sweet. I need to take these glasses off so I can see. Sweet dreams. And I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye, guys.